What's up, guys? Welcome back to another YouTube video, Madden Ultimate Team. And today what we're going to go over is team building, specifically chemistries and how to build your team to the maximum ability with whatever coins and players that you have. So this is something I've kind of shown my lineup a few times before, with a few updates from the playoff cards that just recently came out this week. And as you can see, I have a few different chemistries as well as some physical chemistries here. On offense, I'm currently running Power Run and Go Deep, both maxed out at over 30 out of 30. And then on defense, I'm running Lockdown and Run Stuff. And then if you also notice, I have 49ers balanced O. We'll get back to that later on in the video. But I also have 25 49ers as well as 25 Ravens. And then lastly, Brawler at 30 out of 30 to get tier 4. So the first chemistry I want to talk to you guys about is Brawler. In my case, some people choose Sprinter. You may have seen people choose Shaker. For me, I prefer Brawler. If you look at the boosts, you get +2 strength, +2 to speed, and you only lose 1 excel and 1 agility. Now, if we were to we'll look on this player here on George Kittle. If you were to choose, let's say, Sprinter, that was the move in the past, you get +1 acceleration, +1 speed, and then as you tier it up, you get another +1 acceleration and +1 speed, but in the process, you see that you're losing 2 strength and 2 agility. Now, strength may not be that important of a stat in terms of gameplay. If you care about your lineup overall, players' overall ratings, that may hurt some guys like offensive linemen, whose overall is pretty heavily impacted by strength. But the agility, losing 2 agility is pretty big. Agility is huge, especially for cornerbacks, trying to change directions really quickly. And even offensive players like running backs and wide receivers, you want to keep that agility. So I don't recommend Sprinter. Again, speed is great. You want the +2 speed, but not at the cost of agility. So then we get to Shaker, which is really popular with a lot of content creators, especially. And you can see you get the +1 excel, +1 agility, +1 excel again, and then +1 speed. So in total, you get +1 speed, +1 excel, +2 excel, and +1 agility. Now that is a really nice boost. And with the +2 agility, again, we talked about agility being important, but you notice you only get +1 in speed. +2 acceleration. +2 acceleration, +1 agility, and +1 speed. So this is the one where you only get 1 speed instead of 2. And in my opinion, having that extra speed boost is just that much nicer. Jumping, not that important. The -1 jumping. The -2 strength, again, on offensive linemen, that's going to hurt you. But again, for me personally, I would rather have speed than acceleration and the +1 agility. Again, but this is your opinion, what's best for your team. I'm just trying to show you the benefits of each of these. Leaper, +1 jump, +1 excel. So +2 jump, 1 excel, and 1 speed at the cost of 1 agility. Not that great. Acrobat, +1 agility, +1 jump, +1 other agility. So +2 agility, +1 speed at the cost of 1 strength to 1 excel, and you get +1 jump. But again, Brawler, that's what I went with. 2 strength, 2 speed. You only lose 1 excel and 1 agility. So that's what we have there. And that's why I think it's the best one personally. For your physical chemistry. Now, how do you get this? You can only put physical chemistries on power-ups. And as you can see, I have a lot of power-ups on my team. Some backups even have power-ups to get to that 30 out of 30. As far as offensive chemistries, we have Power Run. If we look at the boost from that, +2 stiff arm, impact block, lead block, break tackle, trucking, and run block power. I mainly have this for my running backs. I like the extra 2 to trucking as well as the 2 stiff arm. The impact block, lead block, and the break tackle on the running back. But the impact and lead block are and run block power for the offensive line are also really good benefits. So I had that on my entire offensive line and all of my running backs. And then go deep, strictly for the quarterback. Give us +2 throw power, +2 deep accuracy, and that's all I really care about. I find the more throw power, the better, especially with some of these more mobile quarterbacks. Like right now I have Deshaun Watson, who I believe has 92 throw power stock. So getting that up to 94 just makes it that much nicer, and as well as boosting the deep accuracy. But again, once you hit 90 on any on the deep throwing accuracy, it's not going to be much different than 99. I just like that for the throw power. And then you get a few boosts for your receivers, spectacular catch, deep route running, but again, mainly just for the throw power is why I run that on offense. Then on defense, I've got run stuff. This one I like because of the 2 block shedding, as well as hit power. Everyone's running the ball this year. We all know it's a run-heavy meta. So I find +2 block shed, whether or not it makes a huge difference on your guys shedding blocks, sometimes it feels like it doesn't. But might as well maximize that as much as you can. But really, the +2 hit power, just extra hit power on these enforcers like Pat Willis, Sean Taylor, guys like that, I think is good to have. Try to force more fumbles. And then lockdown. Secondary players, I'll have lockdown on them, all my corners and safeties. Maybe a couple coverage linebackers. Just to get +2 man, +2 zone, really. As well as +2 press. The tackle and catching boosts are nice, but those aren't going to be that significant on these players. But this really boosts overall, as well as maybe hits some thresholds for some of your lower-rated coverage guys to get that man and zone up. Then we go to the team chemistries. You see I have 25 49ers and 26 Ravens, actually. But the goal, you want to keep at least 25 of whatever theme team you're running. So I've been running a Ravens theme team all year in some capacity. The secondary team has changed at least 5 or 6 times throughout the year. But the reason you want to get these 25 out of 25 players with that 49er or Raven or whatever team chemistry is you see that +1 speed from that tier 5 that I have active. You also get +1 strength, agility, excel, and that kind of makes up for some of the agility and excel that these guys were losing from Brawler. So I think it's also good to run Brawler on these theme team guys because the 2 things you were subtracting previously from having Brawler are made up for with the team chemistry. So basically you're getting a free 2 speed and 2 strength if you look at it that way. And now you can go a little bit more, get another strength. You can even go all the way up to 50 players for a theme team and get another. Cooperate with me. Oh, back down. Yeah. So you can get another +1 speed, but again, you want to try to stay competitive. No team has 50 amazing players at this point in the year. So that's why I like running a mixed 25 and 25 theme team. So again, +1 speed there to go with the Brawler. Total +3 speed to any Raven or 49er I have on my team. And this is huge for guys like Randy Moss, Rod Woodson, D Ford, Nick Bosa. A lot of these guys, Patrick Willis, just have crazy speed. And another way I got that, and this is an important tip for all you guys who don't play head-to-head or online quite as much. Whether you don't have the time or you just like playing the computer or building your team, whatever the case may be. I personally don't play enough head-to-head to make going after Coach Madden viable. So I usually use my trophies just on packs because I know it's gonna be way too many trophies for me to ever chase after all the different collectibles to get him up to the tier 4 where you get the +1 speed. So my solution to that is with this 49ers balanced O chemistry. So you may be wondering, how do you get this chemistry? Well, if you go over to your team strategy tab, you have a head coach, stadium, uniforms, and playbooks. Now, if you may not have known this, if you actually go to upgrade, hit square, or X on Xbox, you can actually add chemistry to coaches, stadiums, and uniforms. There's a total of 10 slots you can buy, and as you can see, the higher up you go, it does get kind of expensive to buy the slots. And then you have to also buy the actual chemistries themselves for each slot. So if you do the math, this comes out to around, I believe, just under 40,000 training. If you look here, 2,500, 45, 6, 7,250, 8,250, 9K, 9,500, 9,750, 9,800, just over 9,800. And then each of these is 50 training as well. So that's another 500. So actually, it's a little bit over 10,000 training, I believe, for each thing, your coach and your 2 uniforms and your stadium. So it's a little over 40K training. At the current training rate, that's going to run you about at least 450,000 coins. In my opinion, it is worth it, but this is something I've been doing all year. I did this very early on. It cost me probably well over a million coins earlier in the year when I did this. So what are the boosts? As you can see, I have all 10 tiers active. I get +3 catching, juke, run, play action, spin, catch in traffic, throw under pressure, pass block, short accuracy, short route running, +1 speed, and +1 awareness. So these boosts apply to all 49ers players in my lineup. And again, the main reason I do the balanced offense is to get that +1 speed. Now you can do other things. You can do 49ers rushing. You can see you get some trucking, some run blocking stats. You can do passing and get some accuracy stats for your quarterback, as well as some throw power. A couple defensive ones to get some like coverage or hit power or tackling, things like that. But none of them, if you scroll all the way through to tier 10, none of them give that +1 speed except the 49ers or whatever team you're running, balanced offense chemistry. So that's what I use. If you do have Coach Madden, just know you cannot get the full 40 out of 40 as the head coach is one of the 4 required. You would only be able to get a max of 30 between your stadium and your 2 uniforms. So that's why I view this as an alternative to get that +1 speed boost without having Coach Madden. So again, that along with a theme team and the +2 from Brawler is a total of +4 speed on every 49ers player, as well as a +3 speed for every Ravens player on my team. So you can see you got like Patrick Willis, absolutely crazy, has 96 speed in my lineup, as well as 97 hit power. A new card I just added recently, a couple days ago, D Ford. This dude has 91 speed with all these boosts. Insane. Another card, Randy Moss, or Terrell Owens, I think is 98 speed. And Randy Moss all the way up to 99. So again, these are all the chemistries I used, why I use them. You can apply these to your team how you see fit. Again, I recommend, I think Brawler. If not, I think Shaker is probably a close second. And then obviously trying to do a 25 at least player theme team. At least one. You can easily, like I showed, run 2. As you see here, I'm doing Ravens and 49ers. But to get that +1 speed is really nice, especially this point in the year. There's plenty of good, like I said, plenty of good 49ers players, plenty of good Ravens players that I think this team's still very competitive. I'm not really sacrificing anything. And you can also put some of your bench players, like backup O-linemen, for example, to kind of meet that chemistry threshold. So that's all the chemistries I'm running. If you guys have any further questions, anything I may not have explained clearly, just leave a comment, ask me a question below. But if you did enjoy, please leave a like, consider subscribing. I'm going to try to do more of these videos as far as like team building and what my thoughts are and any recommendations I have for ways you guys should build your team going forward. So again, leave a like, subscribe if you want, and thanks for watching.